At my worst, I can't remember if I've taken my medication.
At my worst, I don't know how I'm gonna feed my daughter this weekend.
At my worst, heroin took everything that I loved.
I'm Andy Metcalf, president of the Aspirus Riverview Foundation, and with your generosity, we've been able to help a lot of people at their worst. The Riverview Healthcare Foundation was established in 1984. Since that time, the Riverview Hospital Association and local nonprofit organizations have received contributions of over $4 million. The generosity from people like you in our community is the only source of revenue that makes it possible for the foundation to do its work, like the Community Care Paramedic Program. The Community Care Paramedic Program is a cutting-edge or real progressive type of medical care that was presented to us by the Wisconsin Rapids Fire Department. The fire department was faced with a problem where people were using the 911 service as a type of medical care. And to you and me, if you ask the question, how often do you use the emergency room? Sometimes our answer is 1 time, maybe 2 times. But there are people that are in there 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times a month. And our idea was, let's see if we can help these people in their own homes in a setting where it's really not an emergency setting. The foundation stepped right up right away and said, you know what, this is exactly what we're here for. A lot of times people are just confused about their medications. They're confused about their discharge papers when they've left the doctor's office. But it's a neat opportunity because at the same time the paramedics are in these homes, they're able to do wellness checks on the people and make sure the home is safe. There's a huge emphasis on prevention. Let's keep these people out of the doctor's office. Let's keep these people out of the emergency room and keep them healthy. Now, when these paramedics get the opportunity to go into the home, they explain the medications, they have access to the medical records, they know what the doctors want, and they know what the doctors feel the patient needs. So it really relieves a lot of pressure in the emergency room. So when you put all these problems together, the Community Care Paramedic Program is just a good way to bring all these services under one roof. The Aspirus Riverview Foundation is well positioned to continue its proud history of serving this community with excellence and compassion. Another great example would be the Rapids Family Backpack Program. The program was designed to provide food for children and families on the weekends. Some of these families were using the school lunch programs for breakfast and lunch during the school week, but what happens during holidays and on the weekends when these programs are no longer available? How do we get healthy food to these families? Well, the Rapids Family Backpack Program decided to address these issues. The backpacks are packed up on Fridays, off-site of the schools, and these backpacks are discreetly put in the kids' lockers, and they are filled with all sorts of healthy food. Hunger in our community is really escalating, and with working with the Rapids Family Backpacks, we're going to be able to bridge that gap between kids being hungry on the weekend and waiting for school to start the next week. Hopefully we'll be able to be there to help. The Riverview Healthcare Foundation has been around since 1984, and we will always be here. But we're changing, and the reason we are changing is because our community is changing. This period of change is a great opportunity for the transformation of the Riverview Healthcare Foundation into the Aspirus Riverview Foundation. Our mission has always been to support excellence and wellness in healthcare, but now we are playing an active role by searching out gaps in health and wellness in our community.
I'm Douglas Darby, and I am the CEO and co-founder here at Rise Together. I was approached by Aspirus Riverview Foundation last fall, and they saw a gap in their schools and their community as far as drug prevention went. What Rise Together does is we bring a face and voice to recovery. We go in and we try to have a community where the youth can be heard, they can be loved, and they can be inspired to live in hope. We know that every kid struggles. And regardless of what that struggle is, it's our job to let kids know if you are having a problem, it's a big deal. You're talking to someone that was in active heroin addiction for 8 years. I don't believe that it takes a near-death experience or it takes the loss of a loved one or incarceration. I don't believe that needs to be everybody's rock bottom. What I hope to do is enlighten these kids and educate these kids enough to understand the progression, that there are a lot of red flags that go off. And if you can catch it early enough, you're in a lot better statistical category and personal category to go on to live a more fulfilling, happy, and inspired life. And with the help of Aspirus Riverview Foundation, that's exactly what we're doing.
When the community supports the Aspirus Riverview Foundation, They give us the strength to fulfill more needs in our community, such as the Cancer Patient Fund. The Cancer Patient Fund was designed to aid cancer patients undergoing cancer treatments at the UW Cancer Center at Riverview Hospital. There are a lot of other issues to understand when people are undergoing cancer treatments. Some people are forced with a lot of difficult decisions. Do I pay for my cancer medications, or do I pay for my utility bills? Who's going to take care of my children? How do I pay for transportation to get to and from the cancer center? What about those that can't afford their medications? Nobody in that situation should have to choose between their cancer medications and some of these other issues. This is where the Aspirus Riverview Foundation is able to step up and help these people out in a dire time of need. Sometimes that's all it takes is someone to get them over the hump and to help in their recoveries. Sometimes all we need to do is just remove one obstacle to help these people recover from their cancer. And that's what we're there for.
At my worst, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent and afford my prescription. At my best, I'm able to focus on what's really important.
At my best, I'm a friend to someone who needs one.
At my best, I'm helping people in the community that I was born and raised in.
At my best, I have a backpack full of food.
At my best, I'm spreading a message of compassion and sobriety all through Wisconsin.
Aspirus Riverview Foundation, at our best, together.